I tried dropshipping for a month and here are the challenges I faced. First, you have to realize that to effectively do dropshipping and be profitable within a couple of months, you will need some upfront budget. It doesn't have to be a huge capital, but something around $100 or more will be greatly helpful. I'll explain why in a second. And yes, you can get started for much lesser, but it'll be a lot more difficult. And depending on which platform you use to build your site, such as Shopify for example, that's what I used as well. It's pretty good. It comes with all the features you need to set up your store. It even integrates with your payment gateway easily. It's quite seamless, especially for beginners. But they do charge you a subscription which they change from time to time, so I recommend doing it when you have a good deal. But like I said, it requires some upfront investment. But that's not the biggest part of your expense. That's coming up next. Before we get to the most tricky part, finding your product will be somewhat difficult. Good product research is very important. Like, you have to find a product that gives you minimal maintenance, minimal issues, and maximum results. In my opinion, it's better to avoid clothing like selling sweatshirts or t-shirts and stuff, because the material quality and the sizing and all that may be complicated. If customers are not happy, then you will not get very good ratings, and that's also a thing, by the way. But when you're getting started, you don't have to worry too much about ratings. I say avoid clothing or any kind of a returnable item in general is because it's much more complicated for you to handle order management in that case. Also, I highly recommend you avoid cash on delivery type items. Try to get upfront payment without having to wait on that, because it'll again be a big headache. The best ones I would recommend are these kind of sublimation mugs or some kind of a custom pillow or whatever that's specifically made for the customer, which they cannot return, because it'll have some kind of a picture or some personalized message that the customer has ordered. That makes it easy to sell because it's a personalized item which no one else will have, and also it will not be returnable and they will understand why they can't get a refund, because you can't sell that item to anyone else, right? You can easily explain that to them. And you can also explain why you don't give cash on delivery, because you can say the process of printing takes upfront money, which it does. You're not lying to your customer. Now comes the most difficult part, which is advertising. This is the trickiest part in my opinion, and this is where most people, including myself, may lose patience. You see, you have to run ads on Facebook or any other social media regarding your product, and you have to test various formats. Some ads will convert better, some ads will not, but you have to lose a bit of money at first to understand this. You have to constantly be on monitoring it all the time, so you have to dedicate a lot of time for this in the beginning. It may take a few days, but it may also take a couple of months. And that is the challenge of dropshipping. It's not about finding a good product or finding suppliers. Those are all pretty easy. Like, you can go to AliExpress or IndiaMart and you'll get really good suppliers for great deals. In the 1 month that I tried, which was back in November of 2021, I was just experimenting. I didn't do it all that seriously. I got a bunch of people over to my site and a bunch of cart additions, but none of them really converted to sales. I could have pursued it a bit more, tested my ads and all that, but frankly I have better and easier ways to make money. One of them you're watching right now. Remember, it's better to avoid problematic products, and it's better to go for actual good quality stuff. Something that the customer will find personalized to them and they actually like using will give you better ratings and better reputation. Selling those products will be really easy through ads if the product itself is very interesting. If it's something very generic like a t-shirt or this and that, it may not attract that much appeal. So in conclusion, if you're willing to spend a lot of time testing various ads, and for that you need some upfront capital, also you should be available to constantly monitor and strategize your plan throughout this thing. If you're okay with these factors, then you don't have to worry, is dropshipping okay in 2024? Can I do dropshipping in 2024? If you're willing to stick with it, it will work. It will take time and it won't be easy for everyone. It wasn't easy back in 2021 when I tried. It was already saturated, and it's gonna be even more difficult now. So I'm not gonna make any tutorial on something that I'm not interested in, but I'm just telling you that this is what you should expect. Don't go for generic gear from these retailers. It will not sell well. Spend some time with product research and come up with an actual marketing plan, and then go for it. Don't be in a hurry to start a store and start marketing and stuff. That can be done later once you're sure how you're planning to promote it. The difficulty varies from time to time, but getting started, especially in 2024, is extremely difficult. You can do your own research depending on which product category you want to go in, but I'm just telling you these are the things you should keep in mind. Be patient, do not expect instant results, and be ready to lose some money. Well, those are just my quick thoughts based on my own experience and what I've seen. Let me know if you have any further questions.